Hello everyone, this is Lightning and coming at you with pretty much a response video. Oh, this will be not really much of a running thing I'm going to do. Oh, I'll probably do something similar to this afterwards, but for now, this is because I kind of want to get it out. And I am responding to a recent episode of Maniac 1613's BioTube series Hearts of Vengeance, and a lot of people have a good lot of opinions on it. I'm here to give my opinions, and it's based on the video. Oh, and what I can remember off of it. Okay, hey, for starters, first I'm going to start with Zeron, and I'm going to let a lot of people know that I don't really like Zeron. I mean, at first he was trying to be this tough guy. Then he became this kind of wuss kind of person. And throughout most of Viper World and part of Hearts of Visions. And his opening for this, and when they showed him on this episode, it left a lot of questions. Hence, which is kind of my reaction and I found out that Zeri isn't part of Zeron, but actually a demon warrior, which would normally drive anyone crazy if they overthink it. And I guess he has a lot of sense to kind of overthink it, since he literally had to live with that for most of his life. And second, as far as Damocles goes, I thought I was originally gonna like him, but turns out I'm kinda meh about it. If he dies, I probably won't show emotion for it, unless if he dies in a cool way, then I would, yeah. But honestly, he has a cool personality. It's just his character or his build design looks weird to me. I mean, the legs especially look out of place. His arms look cool. Well, the way how Maniac uses the pieces to build him, it to me, I don't know. I don't really see myself actually having to build a person like that. But on to a new character, Stolt. Okay, where do I begin for this guy? I personally usually think he was originally my personal opinion that he's kind of just a throwaway character. I mean, his arms don't even match up, and if I look at the pieces long enough, it looks like that he was built when and Maniac killed off Agent and Pride. Because you can see the light blue pieces is in his body, and his look or leg section. I mean, don't get me wrong, he looks pretty cool. Well, but honestly, I just think I think that honestly, if I built a character like that, I would give him like a couple of scenes, then probably kill him off eventually. But as far as his voice, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys are gonna get this reference, but there's this movie called The Congo in which Tim Curry played in, and every time I hear Stolt, I just think of Tim Curry he doing a Russian accent. Hint, 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 like Zerek Z, I have come to kill you. Who? I mean, I think, I think if Maniac actually does a Russian voice, it would be more of a it would be more better if in a comedic way. Hey, because honestly, I can't take I can't take Stolt seriously. He was that kind of Russian. You know what? Me personally, I just think Stolt was there because Maniac really wanted to do a Russian accent. And I'm not sure what other I forgot what other accents he did throughout out the series, but I'm pretty sure he really just wanted to do a Russian accent. And I know suddenly I wanted to do an Australian accent. Crap, that was terrible. Okay, on to the he Kathrani though. I'm honestly he he quite honestly, hey, if you haven't noticed, I'm kinda bummed that the Delta uh 3 or Delta 2 who Android it was kinda killed off. Well, not killed off, more like blued off. I really like the design of how the rope, like how the machine looked. And as you can see, I kind of make a makeshift one right here, here. But but mostly it's Deva Sorak who I decided is killed off. I mean, I knew he was gonna die eventually in this series. The show is called Vengeance, and its backstory is related to multiple people trying to get revenge on what he did. It, but I really liked him because as throughout several episodes, he I really like him because he's not much of an asshole or or not as evil as the other Kathrani. I mean, he did evil things, but if you think about it, he actually cares more about other life forms more than the other Kathrani. How he does. And I think it kind of shows when he dies, he kind of realizes how much evil he actually does. I mean, if you grew up with a race of people who actually extorts and kills people who as their routine lives, you would think that it's part of your life to do that. That it's not evil, you're just surviving. And also, I'm a little bummed because I'm not that sure, or many people would want how to build Devasorak review, so I really doubt that we would get a how to build Devasorak hack. Because I really like his design in the Hearts of Vision series. He's he's so oh yeah. As the other case on to go, I'm somewhat surprised that Acrisius has survived because as as well I'm just surprised that he actually survived because I really thought he might have been killed off because he's the strongest and you gotta go for the strongest members if you want to win a war. But I really gotta say, Cryos was really awesome. I mean, when they showed, in the episode before, or I was really happy that he finally showed Cryos and how big he is compared to every single other person, and in this episode, he really took advantage of the fact that he's a large mock. Like, like, show him pick someone up and crush them in the palm of his hand, and show him stepping someone into a pulp. Well, he didn't crush someone to step on someone to a pulp, but he took advantage of that. And, and, and really, he wanted to know more about how Kryos' backstory and as to why he actually particularly doesn't like Beckham. And speaking of Beckham, I'm a little confused about him though. I mean, if you kind of think about it, he has no real good reason to actually go there and save Acrisius' life if you consider the fact that all he really wants to do is get revenge on the Vestals, which includes Cryos. But as far as we know, him and Cryos are evenly matched. And also the fact that Kathrani also won revenge on the Vestals. But as far as we know, the Vestals easily can just hold them up. So there's no really good point of that. But also, I'm a little curious as to why Beckham, in that video review, about his, I don't know if I forgot if that was his true form or another form, but as far as I know, that he could change his form at will. He's not like he doesn't have to permanently stay inside that body. He could probably just shapeshift into someone else, and it would have no real good difference except if some forms change, change how much power her is shown at the time. And this really raises a question: and how limited is Beckham? And why would he decide to stay inside a form that he knows someone is going to hold him on? And that's really, and that will be saved for like if someone does a theory video. I don't know. Okay, hey, going on to other things, things. I'm okay. I'm like a lot of people. I know a lot of people is saying this, but I'm really pissed that Devasorak is now dead. I mean, he, I had a feeling that it was a small chance that he might die, but I thought that Hada would die. Like he's in an epic battle or something, and he dies while killing his opponent. And it not that he. I mean, here we are. I mean, here we have him fighting Devasorak. Like he's losing, but we're hoping that he somehow did his ex machina and does a devastating blow. But no, he gets knocked out. He's about to fight Acrisius. And to tell you all, I was freaking amped for that. I mean, if we all remember, or the second opening for Fight for Endworld, we all saw Acrisius, his and Devasorak punch the opening, punch the opening, and he's showing doing some kind of foreshadowing that they might fight. And here we have him now 3 times stronger, and with a deadly axe made from the same dagger that nearly he ended Zeres. This will make an interesting fact, but no. Devasaur, Acrisius, his bricks he had, acts without even trying, and punched Devasaur again in the gut, nearly killing him. And then we find out that he actually did survive. I'm very happy he did. And I know for that if he survives this, he will be like crap ton stronger. Nearly dying, and really can make someone stronger. Or for in his case, because I remember having a talk with his. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna try to. But I remember us having a talk, and I described Devasorak as some kind of combination of a Super Saiyan and Wolverine. And I figured that in the same logic, if he were to somewhat die or almost die, he would literally come back. But since he has the adaptive healing, and he is now immune to being punched by an earthquake. Hey kid. But we are denied. Okay, remember what I said I don't like Xeron? And that pretty much applies to most of the Dragon agents. And the only ones I really like was Azario. And that's because he I can't go into specificness now, but he and Kentai were pretty much the only characters I really he liked. And Andreas, he was pretty much my second least favorite character. Because he really doesn't fight. He barely helps at all. I never see him fight someone with hand to hand, and he always has to have some kind of weapon. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but in an episode of Fight for Endworld, he complains to Zeron about why didn't he stop Slayer, before he broke two of his ribs. I mean, when did he got two of his ribs broken? And when he pulled his jetpack off? Oh yeah, I remember when someone tugged on my backpack and suddenly my ribs is broke. Anyway, hey, it did not help of that when he just outright killed Devasarak, like because of of Arado's death. Yes, yes, and and I'll get to another time about why I really was pissed at that scene. But I was freaking happy when and Zarek sliced his arm off, then sliced him in half. And I always thought that there was some dumb reason why he looked so freaking skinny, or why he just looked like a Glotorian and 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 building style, without any proper armor put on him. And yes, I was freaking happy. And I was really surprised that Zarek didn't go overkill and just did a double slice. I and just slice his head and lower her body off and do a Mortal Kombat fatality on him. Such a wasted opportunity. As for Zarek, a lot of people compare him to Deadpool, and given and the circumstances at the end of this episode, I really hope that he doesn't go Deathstroke. And Deathstroke, if you guys don't know him, is pretty much one of Batman's villains, and he was slayed off of the Teen Titans series. I really hope that Zarek at least still has somewhat of a good personality and isn't just a cold-blooded killer or almost by at the end of the series. But in closing, I really just want to say that I'm really I'm going this episode brought out a lot of out of emotions, and maybe just want to say what I was thinking. And to be specific, I'm mostly just disappointed because because I realized a lot of good people died, and I know without a doubt that almost everybody, after they kill off a character, they take them apart. And I know that Mac is too busy to make how-to videos, and that's what makes it a little bit sad. Because I know, because I already know that there's no chance of getting a how-to video on any of the Zenthorian characters. I don't want a how-to video I don't want a how-to video on Andreas, except for probably on a how-to video on his mechanical arm here. And that's pretty much it. I'd like to thank you all for sitting through 19 minutes of me rambling on about a 16-minute episode. And I look forward to hearing all of your opinions in the comment section below. This is Beta Lightning, signing out.